My name is Tim Farrenbach and I am the episode director on Mr. Bean, the animated series. The episode director works across all parts of the production, assisting the director and also then looking at animation and design and art direction and being in the edits. It's basically being on the shop floor really and making sure everything gets done on time and keeping the quality of everything where it should be. I got to become an episode director I've been working in animation now for about 13, 15 years, something like that. And I've worked my way up from starting off as an assistant and then becoming an animator, doing a bit of storyboarding, being animation director, being a co-director. It's just working your way up really, and I've found my way now doing this job I'm doing at the moment. I got to work on the first series of Mr. Bean about 10 years ago, and for me that was one of my first jobs that I did, and it was going from doing commercial work to then doing a TV series work, and it was a really interesting time because I got to see the entire project all the way through, from when the first commission came in all the way through to when it finished. So very bizarrely and unusually in terms of series work, you usually do one series and then move on to the next, and on to the next you usually get recommissioned quite quickly, whereas Mr. Bean finished and we did 52 episodes and it all did its thing, but then 10 years later it's come up again, and I now find myself, having moved on in my career from having had the opportunity to working on it at a very kind of like sort of like not junior level but at a lower level, to now having the pleasure of coming back and sort of like working on it as a director level. So it's it's really interesting to do that. At school I was very conscientious and was a very hard worker, and pretty much knew what I wanted to do fairly early on in terms of my career path. So I was very interested in art and did art and design, which is obviously very, very helpful in terms of what I do now. But also English was incredibly helpful because I do an awful lot of work with scripts, and there's nothing to visual to do with a lot of that. That's all to do with the English part of it. And also maths is becoming incredibly important because a lot of it is working stuff out in a mathematical way, so with schedules and production part of it as well. So it isn't just drawing pictures. So after school I went and did an animation degree at Farnham, and then when I'd finished my degree course there, I went and did a postgraduate course at Central St Martin's, and that was just purely a 6 months training course in animation. Then I was very lucky to get my first job, which was the place that I started to do Mr. Bean. In terms of a significant turning point for me, I guess, was here at Tiger. I guess it was working on Charlie and Lola as a lead animator, and we went through the first series doing that. But then to go on to the second and third series, I got a promotion to move into being an animation director, and for me to have that confidence shown in me by an amazing team here was a massive turning point for me. So yeah. The way I thought about actually doing what I do as a job was very much about that. It was thinking about what can I do as a job. So when I was kind of like early teens, I guess, and you kind of at that stage where you're starting to think about what you can, career paths and what you can do. I thought, well, I really enjoy art. I'm all right at it. This is something I can probably do. What can I do? What jobs are there out there that you can do? And so you start looking at them, and animation is a job. It is a good job, and it's rather than an artist where you are more commission based and you're selling your work and sort of like that side of it. There is an actual structure. There's an industry for animation, and I guess on a more sort of like base level, I've always loved animation, loved cartoons, and it just seemed to be a natural fit really. So that was why I decided to do it.